I wanna be where the boys are, but I'm not allowed. On the other side of the boys' bar, I wait them to all come out. I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy. It's not my fault that I'm not a boy. It's not my fault. I don't have those toys. I'm not a boy. I'm not
All right, kids, here we go. Rachel, you never fail to surprise me. Well, thank you, Richard. We got a hell of a thumbnail going today. Jay's with us, and ladies and gentlemen, it's not a regular live stream at all. I am only in to support our friend Harvey. Hey, Christopher, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Let me take a look here because I got to get the channel. This is a great guy named Harvey, and I just met him yesterday for the first time. We had him up on the show. He's in Birmingham, late of Newcastle in Northumberland area, Newcastle, but now he's over on the opposite side of the country and played in Birmingham. And his channel is called Spin the Black Circle. He's doing all right. He's got 696 subscribers. There is a link to his tag in the description of this, this live stream or this video. Yeah, I'm going to do it live. This is what I do. I do stuff live, right? A bonus stream, but it's going to be short and sweet and to the point. We're just going to be doing this tag for Harvey. He came on yesterday. I was moved emotionally, deeply emotionally with my very little heart. And I had to, I said, man, I'll help you out because he was lamenting that nobody had taken this tag on. There's some really heavy hitters in the vinyl community for funk and soul. I'm definitely not one of those people. In fact, in my wheelhouse is all Beatles. And what did I get? I got this, my latest acquisition. I'll save it for later. I'll incorporate it into the show here. All right, let's take a look at the questions. There's 12 of them. I cannot do them 12. I can't tell you, I'm not. This is why I say it's going to be the worst thing you've ever seen. Especially if you love jazz and funk, I cannot do your genre justice. I cannot do it. I've got some stuff that might be relevant for the questions at hand, but I'm not fluent. I'm not fluent in soul or funk or even jazz for that matter. I got a better probably jazz collection than I do with soul and funk. But nonetheless, we have our people, Nadine, who's just lovely out in Germany. And we've got 6-inch pianist, Miss Soul, Lady Miss Soul out there in Montreal. Anyway, let's see what he's got planned for us. New release, funk or soul record of 2025. So what Harvey came up, not Henry, Harvey came up with Olivia Dean's second LP, The Art of Loving. He praised its organic sound, real musicians, tremendous songwriting, fantastic vocals. I went to, it's funny because I've got Qobuz now, and I just asked AI, what's the best-selling soul album of 2025? And I guess for 2025, a lot of soul has been rolled into hip hop because it's come up with Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. Now, The Weeknd is Canadian, So later in this thing, they go share an artist from your country about all this. That's into soul and funk. Your biggest export in that genre. But yeah, the AI came up with "Hurry Up Tomorrow" by The Weekend, and I hope you can. You're not seeing any of that. That's just horrible. It's just a white screen. Well, that's sad. But I got Cobuzz, so I can hear any funk or soul album that I ever wanted to hear because of Cobuzz, right? It just opens up the world. But for physical media, no, I don't buy. I don't go looking for soul. It's like I said, this is going to be the worst. So anyway, the best one for last year apparently is The Weekend. The Weekend. Anybody agree with this? You soul people, let me know. Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weekend. God, horrible. All right, let's move on. That's number one down. Best used funk or soul album find of 2025. Oh, and now this I can't really do either. I got to go back. I am on Discogs. And so I can tell when I uploaded an entry. Generally, my practice is as if I go buy an album, then I'm going to put it right away on Discogs and it'll be there. So I can tell you that the last time I bought a soul or funk album that would qualify would have been 2023. So 2 years ago, I got something, and I've got a couple of records down here. I've also got CDs to show because a lot of my stuff comes that way. But okay, so 2 years ago, whoops, sorry for hitting the mic. That'll resound, that'll rebound. I guess I got two that I could show you. They're both reissues, but they're early reissues. I picked up Aretha Franklin's Soul 69. So maybe that gives you a clue about the year that came out. And I also picked up Roberta Flack's The First Take. And this is her debut. And this is a 1971, so it came out a couple of years later, but it came out on Red Atlantic label. Look at that Canadian Red Atlantic label. And remember, this is going to be the worst you've ever seen. So that means I'm not even going to take it out of its sleeve to show you the label, but it's an all Red Atlantic Canadian label. This other one is also an early reissue for the Aretha Soul album. This has got a high energy thing, but it's on the more familiar green and red label that my beloved Led Zeppelin would be featured on. But there you go. So, soul people, I think you can't argue with any of these as a good pickup. The first time ever I saw it, and it was beautiful. Anybody watch the movie with Kirk Russell and Robin Williams from many years ago in the 1980s? And there's a very poignant scene in that movie. I forget what the movie was called. If you can recall it for me, that'd help. But anyway, it was kind of cool because that song by Roberta Flack plays, and it's quite emotional. It's a football movie. I think it was called Taft, Taft. And it was about an old kind of high school, and these guys, as they got older, reliving their glory days when they were younger, football injuries and this sort of thing, and relationship based film. Anyway, it's very good. You mean what was it? Best of Times. Sue knows. Best of Times. We even own a copy. Best of Times. It's great having a producer to save me. Well, I said Taft. Well, that was the school they went to, I think. But I do mean Kurt Russell. I don't even know what the hell I said. Did I mention this was going to be the worst tag ever? Good Lord. All right. Anyway, so there's a couple of great pickups that I got back in 2023. Hi, Simon. We're doing a tag. Boy, oh boy. This one is done with love, and it's going out to Harvey. Can I make you comment there? Look, it's Simon. We love Simon here. All right, let's keep moving along. By the way, I guess I could share the screen. Hang on. Let me entertain you. Let's do that. I got a lot of screens open, and But just so you know who our man is, there's Harvey. Harvey in action. Here, we make him big. That's Harvey in the middle of his tag. Let's do him.
Of Spin the Black Circle. And this is my response to the Soul and Funk Vinyl Tag 2026. So in effect, my response to the 12 questions that I set a couple of days ago.
Okay, so he's a lovely lad, and I'm a big fan. So, and like I say, I just met him yesterday. So, anyway, that's Harvey. Please go over subscribe to Harvey too. I want him, I want him getting some subs, and supporting him and helping him, because I think that would be a great way to go. He's actually written all the questions down in the description there, which is great if you do one of these tags. Always helpful to lay the questions out. Okay. Show a funk or soul 7-inch record. Question number 3. You love that wasn't a top 30 hit in your home country. Explain why you love it. Okay. I'm going to show the Beatles. What the hell's wrong with me? Good on you, Rach. Yes, Simon, you do a tag. I'll do yours too, man. But we want to support people. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of years ago, in fact, it was 2020, at the beginning of 2025, we were talking about resolutions. One of them was lose a lot of weight, which I did. But the other one I said, I'm kind of looking to, I'm not hard up for it, but as I run across them in my many journeys, I want to buy these Beatle picture sleeves from the US singles. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to inform you I'm up to about 7 OG Beatle labels, the picture sleeves from way back in the day. So with I told you it was going to be the worst soul funk tag ever. Baby, you're a rich man too. All you need is love. Anyway, happy to have this picture sleeve added to my Beatles picture sleeve. So that's because I don't have a single. Pardon the pun. I don't have a single. Scott, save me. I'm doing the funk and soul tag and failing miserably at it, but giving it the old college effort. Number 4, show a 70s album produced by a 60s soul songwriter or star. An example might be Norman Whitfield, the house songwriter for 60s Motown, produced some great 70s records, including For the Temptations. I did go and research AI and stuff like this for this. And holy smokes, what did I get? I had to go, oh yeah, okay. I ended up with Curtis Mayfield went and produced Jesse Anderson's Readings in Astrology. And that comes off this little CD comp. So this is actually genuine. Look at that. Ghetto Funk Sessions. I've shown this before on another one. Hold on. We got problems. I got double problems. I'm at the gyms. I ain't saving you, Rachel, to help you for anything. And then the other one is I'm in a vinyl protest, Rach. Simon is protesting. It's called a boycott. Simon's boycotting tags. Oh my God. Anyway, look at that. Isn't that cool? Ghetto Funk Sessions. But the song in question is number 5, Readings in Astrology. And I think Curtis Mayfield helped write that thing. And it was under his production company that was released. And for the artist, Jesse Anderson. Jesse. Jesse, he didn't do an album. It was just singles kind of that they would release. So they would go there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm so sorry. But, forewarned is forearmed. Anyway, we got that one. Okay. So, but yeah, Curtis Mayfield in on the production on that. It was his production company that took that one on. Okay. Show, in your opinion, the best ever soul album by a band from your home country. Band, not solo, please. I love the way Harvey's so polite with this stuff to help us out. Okay, now here's another area where we fall down. You know, funk and soul isn't the biggest business in Canada. Now we're big now with hip hop. I just showed you The Weekend, and this guy's a Canadian, and he's big in the US, he's big worldwide. The Weekend. I mean, oh my gosh, young people, get your get jiggy with it. Anyway, but we do have one band, and I was honored and fortunate enough to meet the progenitor of the voice of this band, the lead singer. His name was Skip Prokoff. He's no longer with us. I had a crazy encounter with this guy back in the late 70s. He had come into a Christian conversion experience at the time, and he showed up at our church at night. And we had a schizophrenic drop by. A lot of street people would come in to the church at night. And this guy wanted to beat the hell out of the MC that was there. So and the guy was like 6'5", or he was very tall. He towered over me. I had to look up at him. And so I had to run at him. Oh, and by the way, this is what you want. This is what it's all about, supporting. I did this tag last night and it was fun. Thank you so much for that, Scott. Your tag will be good. Don't watch this thing. Go watch Scott. He knows what he's talking about. But Skip Prokoff, so this guy was going to go beat up Skip's MC that was with him. Skip did an acoustic set. He was the drummer for Lighthouse, but he also could play guitar, multi-instrumentalist. You know, he could do the whole thing. He was a very musical guy, very gifted, talented musician, played with a lot of different people and stuff out of Toronto. But he was with a band called Lighthouse. And so that's what I'm going to show. And I'm going to play a little bit of Lighthouse so you can determine in yourselves. They're kind of like a blood, sweat, and tears outfit. So many people would say, well, maybe they're more, holy shit. The Weekend is the illegitimate son of AI, be sure. Well, thank you for that, Fire. Thank you, Fire. Anyway, Angelo goes, I did everyone a favor and I didn't even do a tag. Well, that's thoughtful. The fact is, also by live streaming this, this will get way more views than if I'd done one in the can. People go, oh, don't want to watch Williams try and struggle through a funk thing. But anyway, so Skip, we had to talk the guy down that was going to beat up Skip's MC. That is kind of his guy. And so we dragged the guy out. Say, hey, come on, we'll talk to you outside. His total schizo guy. And he goes, I like you, to me. He goes to me, I like you. I'm going to punch that other guy, though. And I go, don't hurt him. Hammer, don't hurt him. So anyway, we managed to calm the guy down because he went right up to him and said, I'm going to punch you. And we all flew out of our chairs to rescue the poor MC. And Skip kind of took a step back with his guitar there. But ladies and gentlemen, I am going to show you a little bit, just so you can figure it out, a little bit of Lighthouse. Let me see. Yeah, the name of the song is One Fine Morning. This was a hit on Canadian radio, and I think it's kind of funky. This is an early tune. I think it's dated around 1971, something like that. But here the boys are. Skip's in there. He's a little guy. Skip would be like the smallest guy. So just looking at these cats, I guess that might be Skip. He's he might be there. They're all standing up on things. He's very tiny. Hard to tell who's what because they're standing up. Okay, let's get back. I had to play a little bit of this, or did I? Okay, well, let's just see how we get on. Here we go. Like Chicago with all those orange.
One fine morning, girl, I wake up, wipe the sleep from my eyes.
right. So anyway, there you go. And that's Skip Prokop with the vocals on that. So Lighthouse, here they are with my version of it. This is their big album. What is going on here? Somehow Beatles just get everywhere with me. There's a Beatles 45 stuck in this album. How the hell does that even happen? Well, only around here. Which one is it? Baby, You're a Rich Man. Oh, of course. For the love of Mike. All right, let's put it back. That's the one I'm showing you already. Anyway, here it's on this label, GRT. And but there's this is a greatest hits. They had a few hits in Canada. But what did you think of that? Do you think it was funky enough? I thought with the guitar, you know, so I thought it's kind of funky. And that bass line that it opens up with, that's kind of funky too, man. Okay. It has a Chicago and a Blood, Sweat, and Tears vibe. Yeah, I think so. What's going on here? Hi, Dave. We are doing the funk tag for Harvey. Funk. And by the way, let's get his channel is called Spin the Black Circle. Spin the Black Circle, which I believe is a song by Pearl Jam, Spin the Black Circle. Correct me if I'm wrong. Zap Pearl, if you ever stumble in on a funk and soul tag broadcast, let me know. You'll know if it's a Pearl Jam song. I think it is. Okay, let's go back to the questions. But that's my Canadian, Lighthouse Canadian band. Like I say, I got a chance to meet Skip. He's a super nice guy and very cool, a bit of an icon and a Canadian icon. So it's pretty cool. And wow, nice Lighthouse pick, Mark Anthony K. And he's also Ontario born and raised and bred. So he would know Lighthouse legendary, right? Canadian. But that's about as close as I can get. And Scotty says The Weeknd's overrated anyway. So I like Lighthouse. They were pretty good. And like I say, they had a few hits. Okay, let me get back into the tag. Show an album by a female trio or quartet. Yeah, I better damn well have it here. Holy smokes. Hang on. Everything's going. Oh, sorry, I'm knocking the mic. Okay, yeah, here we go. Now, this is one of my favorite. Now, my favorite girl group, boy, okay, let's take advantage and show a couple of things. Okay, Bax, I love you. Rach, love the American flags. Well, my God, I love America. I can't tell you kids how much I love America. What? Harvey's here? There's Harvey. Harvey, I love you. Harvey, you want to come up and watch me do your tag? That could be an extra bonus. Some kids could watch you, look in on me do this thing. But anyway, here's another one. I'm going to go to CDs this time, compact disc. But my favorite all-time female trio, female singing group, regardless of genre, whether it's pop, rock, Motown, soul, metal, anything, are the Supremes, Diana Ross and the Supremes. But I like them when they're the Supremes. I don't like, Diana's not my favorite, right? But Diana's not my favorite out of the Supremes. So they have Florence Ballard, Mary Wilson, and Diana Ross. Mary was mine. I love that girl. Wow, she was so cute. I just think she was so adorable. So she was my favorite Supreme. But for the purposes of our funk and soul, hang on, let me get Harvey. This is just for Harvey, if he wants to come up to help promote his own tag. Okay, this for you, Harvey, and you alone, or Scotty on his bike, because he knows funk and soul. But anyway, I'm going with this group. There you go. The 3 Degrees. And look at this. When will I see you again? I love that. When will I see you again? Does that bop? Okay, Paul is in agreement with me. This is also his favorite. Marty, we missed you yesterday. We had a hell of a show, big drama special. Marty, I am such a fan of yours. And Marty, we went and watched Good Will Hunting for the first time. And Sue and I both liked it. Robert Williams was outstanding. It's just a great, great movie. We liked it. But anyway, yeah, how about this group, right? The 3 Degrees, all the hits. I guess sometimes for somebody like me that's a casual fan of funk and soul, if you're a casual fan of it, I think get a greatest hits comp, and you're going to be set, and you can do all that stuff. Okay, let's go back to Harvey and see what else he's got for me. Okay. Oh, best soul or funk band you've seen live? Not necessarily this year. Well, thank God you said not necessarily this year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, way back in 1978, I was lucky enough to see a band, and I got another page to share. Okay, let's see what I can do. Yeah, here we go. Boom. And okay, so that's very tiny. I'm going to go full screen on this so you can see what's going on here. But you can see that Bridges, right? Bridges is the name of the band I saw. Pacific Northwest Bands. They don't even, their main picture is gone AWOL, right? It's gone. They were active from 75 to 78. Like I say, I saw them probably around 78. Lil Brown on vocals, Billy Burns, Art Ford, Brick Lizotte, John Morton. You can get the idea. There's a lot of guys in this band. Here's some promo pictures. Bridges. Here they are. 1975, 78 active in the Pacific Northwest, and a Seattle-based band. So in the 70s, I had occasion to go down. We were actually there to see a football game. We were coming to see Pele. I saw Franz Beckenbauer, Pele, Canaglia, an incredible New York Cosmos team were in to play the Seattle Sounders. And so we went down to Seattle Center. And while we were down there, Bridges was playing. And I actually have this little memento of the band. That is Bridges in action. I like my composition. This is a picture I just took while sitting in the crowd. But you can see the band up front behind the mural. And if you're in Seattle, folks, can you tell me if that mural with all the multicolors, if that still stands, if that's still there? But there you go, 1978. I also saw a band. I know the OJs popularized this song. It was, the one with money, 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 money. Remember that way back in the day? Not the way I sang it, obviously, if you call that singing. But it was a thing. So anyway, we went and saw that. Pele, the best who ever lay. Oh, he was amazing. We just loved him. I was such a fan. I just love Pele. Anyway, so we went down there and we saw Bridges. So that was the last funk band I saw, and they were really fun. And I still remember my friend Ivan was with me, Ivan, and he looked over at me and he goes, that's funk music. So anyway, a lot of fun, good memories. All right, let me take a look at the questions here from Harvey. So anyway, yeah, Bridges, 75, 78, no longer together, but I saw him. You are friends with a total rock supremacist, non-believer. I'm kind of like that person myself. I am the rock supremacist. What album or single do you play to convert them to soul and funk? Okay. That's kind of easy to do. I would tell you anything by the Fifth Dimension. I love The Age of Aquarius. And Billy, was there a three name Billy Davis? Wasn't he a Billy Lee Davis or something? Somebody help me out. Help me out. Soul Sisters, help me out. But Billy Davis, who was married to Marilyn McCoo, another dish, I might add, very beautiful lady. But Marilyn McCoo, Billy Lee Davis, Billy something. Anyway, he's the guy that does Let the Sun Shine In, open up your, and he's just rocking. The vocals are so raw. So raw, they're rare. He did great vocals. But I'm also going to go with this crossover because, holy smokes. What's on here? Yeah. There's a little song called Superstition on this thing by Stevie Wonder. This also I picked up a couple of years ago in 2023, but I had to have it. Superstition. The bass line on that, boom, boom, bum, boom, coming in, and it's the coolest thing ever. It's Billy Davis Jr., Rach. It's the Fifth Dimension, Rach. I got that on vinyl. My parents had that back in the 70s. Billy Davis Jr. Yeah, I guess I knew it was a three letter Ramo. Say, Rach, Happy New Year, kid. You too, Scoozy. Happy New Year, Bobby. We love you. Have a tremendous 26. But yeah, I'm going to go with this. This is your gateway because it's funky, but it kicks ass, and the song is Superstition. I play that for any music. Like if you don't like Superstition, oh, there's got to be something wrong with you. It's kind of like that old Warner Brothers cartoon with Foghorn and Leghorn. And he goes, there's something kind of, but a boy don't play baseball. The little kid, hey, boy, you play baseball? Little genius chicken kid. He throws the ball and the kid doesn't know what the hell to do with it. Anyway, okay. Beatles, they were massively influenced by Motown and Black and White. Yes, of course they were. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, you're right that. You don't have to be a star. You don't have to be a star. All right. Okay, so I'm the rock supremacist, but you gotta love Superstition. What a freaking great song. I bought that album for that song. 80s and 90s were a great era for 12-inch EPs, and soul and funk was no exception. Show a 12-inch soul or funk record from that era. You're crazy. I don't have anything like that. But on the wall up there, I got a John Lennon. I got a John Lennon 12-inch kind of bootleg. Okay, let's move on. You don't have to answer all the questions, If you don't have it, you don't have it. But we're here to support Harvey. I told you, it's the worst response to a vinyl tag ever. Show a funk or soul album that contains a track which lasts in excess of 8 minutes. Yeah, justify the listen. I don't know if I can justify it, but there is one here. I believe it's song number 5. God, I had this all queued up too on my, no, hold on. I'm going. The one in my thumbnail, and if you want to giggle, go look at the thumbnail I dreamed up for this one. I have fun with my thumbnails. Look at this album, British Hustle, the sound of British jazz and funk from 74 to 82. The 5th song on here is called The Real Thing. I love this camera. This is my old camera. I'm going to be swapping it out. But I bought this because it really does a really quick transition, autofocus. It's incredible. But song number 5 is The Real Thing. Children of the Ghetto. Children of the Ghetto. Okay, I love that. It's a British hustle, but it's Children of the Ghetto. And the Children of the Ghetto, that song, The Real Thing, which is not a Coca-Cola commercial, by the way, is 8 minutes and 54 seconds long. Look that up in your Funk and Wagnall, but British Hustle. British Hustle for the win, for a long song if you want to rock out that way. If you want to funk out that way. All right, let's take a look at Harvey's question. I'm having fun. I hope you're enjoying at least my pathetic attempts to meander through this thing. Okay, there's only 2 questions to go, boys and girls. You're single, okay, and you have a promising date arranged. Choose one soul album to get you in the mood for romance. Marvin Gaye could be excluded. Okay, we won't have Marvin Gaye. I do have Marvin. I have a couple of Marvin Gaye albums in the collection. I should have brought him out just for Veritas, kind of, look, I've got the thing. Come on, man. But what I'm going to show you, this is kind of cool too. There's another one of my CDs. Look at that. Funk Soul Sisters. You want lovin'? Another sweet lady vocal. Where the hell is my friend in San Diego? Danger, Craig Danger. He was all about the ladies. You go, ooh, here's a good one. Ooh, I like her. He'd get all sexied up. Barry White goes without saying. Barry White was an orgasm in vocal. I mean, Barry was the legend for all the sassy. Lou Rawls, Lou had it. There's a number of them. But, let's go for one of the sexy ladies on Funk Soul Sisters. Come on, man. Gotta like that. So anyway, Funk Soul Sisters, another win. And then our final question for the world's worst ever attempt to do a vinyl tag. What, when push comes to shove, in your humble opinion, is the greatest funk or soul album ever made? Well, I am not the person asked. I am eminently unqualified to be the progenitor of that, to promote it, to tell you kids what's the greatest ever. I got one album by Syl Johnson called "Is It 'Cause I'm Black?" Apparently, that came out even before "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye is great, which is frequently called the greatest of all time. But I'm going to go with the one I have in my collection, which I think is truly a great live album. It's a live album. It's on CD again. Please forgive me for please forgive the compact disc showing. But here you go, ladies and gentlemen. James Brown, the great James Brown, live at the Apollo 1995. Godfather of Soul himself. This thing is just absolutely fantastic. So even a dyed-in-the-wool rocker like myself can appreciate the music on this thing. Are you familiar with this? Live at the world-famous Apollo Theater, where so many legendary acts performed. Even a couple of white boys performed at the Apollo in Harlem. But there you go, live at the Apollo, 1995, the Godfather of Soul. And our friend Bobby Gass has a great story about meeting James Brown. They actually put their arms around each other and had a little chat, and a pretty cool story from Bobby. And if you ever want a guy that's actually lived the life, it's our friend Bobby Gass, a guy I have a great deal of respect and affection for. The greatest soul album ever is David Bowie's Young Americans. I'm not a soul guy. Yeah, there you go. I like Young Americans. Young Americans is great. And Luther Vandross is on that thing. Kind of discovered during those sessions by Bowie as a background singer. And then he went on to have an incredible career all on his lonesome. The legend that is Luther Vandross. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. The description to Harvey's channel is in the and to this tag. Please do the tag form. That's what it's all about, getting the word out. And Scotty did the tag. I'm really encouraged to hear that. I know that John 6-inch pianist is going to be doing that. My pronunciation must be impeccable when I say that channel name. Spin the Black Circle is your channel. Thanks so much for being here and all the support you're providing me. My numbers are going up. More people are discovering me. Ron Beaudry, legend. Ron Beaudry just discovered me again for the first time last night. So pretty cool. And Scotty, who haven't you met? Scott, you've met so many incredible, famous people. And I met James Brown back in 1966. Wow. What a time to meet that guy, right at the height of his creative and physical prowess, because boy, did he know how to put on a show. James Brown, Godfather of Soul. So everybody, please subscribe to DJ Vinyl Vertigo. This is the real deal. I'm nothing but, I don't even pretend. Okay. I'm rock and roll. But Scotty's the real deal. He knows a lot about the genre, and definitely subscribe to Harvey at his channel. And let me say it one more time, Spin the Black Circle. That'll do it for me. Thanks for watching. Give this a thumbs up and a like, not for me, but so that the tag gets out and people see another video out. I want that to happen. Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you, Harvey. And come back on my show again sometime.